right?
Yeah.
And so that, I'm not worried about him really.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about
what are they going
people.
to do? Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Because like,
Are they going to handle the situation the right way?
right, yeah.
Or are they going to do this?
Are they going to be nervous? Are they going to do this?
That's why we've been
right?
more nervous to take him in public settings, because it felt a little inconsistent. Like sometimes he'd be totally fine, but then other times he would not. And I don't know if it just depends on the people or not, but
most of the time it depends on the people, right? And I mean, like his comfort level too, right? Like he's a lot more comfortable with life right now.
Yeah.
As you see, like sniffing and checking things out, but paying attention at the same time, right? Then at this point, I'm not worried that he's gonna mess up, really, right? Because I can correct him if he messes up. I don't care about that.
But if he was in a heightened state right now, you'd be thinking of it a little bit.
Exactly. I would be like, like he could nip somebody like faster. He could have that problem, right?
I think it's interesting too, like it seems like when people approach, like even if he's showing that kind of interest or whatever, you just keep moving with him, right? Like you try not to.
I'm just like, it's no big deal.
That's
like,
a good observation.
And,
you did not like stop and make it a thing.
Yeah.
You gave him a little bit of leeway, analyzed quickly, and just sort of slight correction.
Because I feel like sometimes, like with cars, for example, like we'd see the car coming and be like, oh my gosh, okay, and like we'd stop with him and you're prepping. That's probably worse.
Well, because now you're drawing attention to it, right? And he's already looking
anticipating
for
his reaction,
right? Where now, if you anticipated a little bit, he's not looking for it anymore every time, so it wouldn't be as bad. But if you kept looking for it and anticipating, he would start falling back and being like, well, they care about the car, right? So I have to really care about the car, and then he'll start looking for it again, right? So the big thing, like on your guys' part when he goes home, and again, we'll do another session and go through stuff again, but the big thing with that is he just needs to, like, not care as much as you don't care, which means like you really need to make sure you don't care about it, right? Because at this point he has the baseline of what life should be, right? And that's my job part, is getting that baseline where it's like, hey, he has that base for everything, and now transferring it over is going to be more up to you guys repeating that, right? Where it's like, hey,
you're doing it with him every day,
right? If you repeat that, which is why, like, I'll give you like a little bit of like instruction with, I know you want to instruction with like the routine going out the door and stuff. I'll write all that out, give it to you guys, so you can follow some similar routines. And then if you create some of your own routines, that's fine, right? As long as like kind of the core base is the same idea, right?
So have you done like any play with him at all? I'm just curious.
Yeah, he
doesn't really like a ball. He doesn't do much with a ball. He's not that interested.
He does like one or two. And then he misses it, and then he's just like, I don't know.
But I was just curious because sometimes at home we have an issue with him getting like very much overexcited when he's playing, and he'll get almost like a little bit aggressive. Not aggressive, but
he starts getting mouthy a little bit.
He'll start biting.
And a good example is,
you can't really calm him down very easily.
He'll go get one of his toys and bring it to me, and want me to tug, and usually for the first, like, I don't know, 5 or so, like he lets it go, like he doesn't tug back, just a little throw, just some kind of normal play. But then he kind of like ramps up, and now he's doing tug, and then if I get it out of his mouth, like, he's going for my hand because he's just so wound up, and he's just, like, really jumping and stuff, and I've never really known.
We call it like the crazy eyes, where he gets this look, and he'll run. It's kind of like zoomies, but it's like it's kind of intense.
Yeah, but he's entirely focused on like the toy in my hand and actually confusing the two because he's so excited.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he's done that a little bit, not as much with me. But I didn't introduce like any play stuff until after those couple weeks, so I already had the base of everything else, and then so I had my already and all that stuff, right?
The way I was playing with him, though, probably was leading completely into his excitement.
You can see it, so that's it. There you go. Yeah, so like I'll play into the excitement.
See, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yep. So like this here, right? I would go, Louie, and I would have him just calm down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like he'll do that with me every once in a while, a lot less than what I'm seeing with you guys, but he obviously probably likes you guys more, right? Because he's been with you longer, he knows you more, right?
Yeah.
But like something like that.
What I was doing, I think, when it would get, because like if you weren't here, we were just like at home.
Yeah.
He would basically keep doing that, and any action I took would further excite. So what I would end up doing is I would like cross my arms and turn around.
Yeah.
But now we have a correction we can use.
Yes,
like
exactly.
we have a command to make him stop what he's doing.
And turning around can work with some dogs. It doesn't work with every dog. Like I've had some dogs where I turn around and they lose interest. Right.
Yeah.
Him not as much.
He doesn't.
Yeah. He goes, oh cool, and he like jumps on my back more, or he pulls my shirt, or he does something weird like that. Right.
Yeah.
So at that point, like I said, like I didn't do any e-collar. I didn't do any like leash correction. I just was like, said his name. And like I was firm, right? I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
And then he sat down and he's like, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And he left it alone. So now, like in that case, I would just use the correction, right? Because now he understands the correction.
So it would be the same thing if like, because when people come to our house, he's always jumping on everybody, and it's hard for us to get him to not without physically holding him.
Yeah.
So that would be the right correction.
Yeah.
Probably,
you do it
and just make him sit.
Yeah, or like I'm gonna recommend you guys get like a cot for him to do a place. The one video that I was like, I had him outside, I put him on place, and I was letting the car go by and stuff. So like that's like a control spot.
So when people come to the house, maybe we make him go to his place.
You're like, hey, place, and if he if he tried to get up, then you would do it put him back and be like, no, I didn't say you could get off yet, right? Yeah. And he can't come off until you say
tell
break.
him.
Right?
That's
and
a
then
good
when you release it, then he can be excited. Right? Yeah. And if he at that point, if he like jumps a little bit or something, I let it go as long as it doesn't go too far. Right? Like I don't care if he jumps. As long as he doesn't go too far with it. Right? If he goes too far, then I correct him. But if I correct him for every little jump,
at some point it's unreasonable. You can't expect a dog to just be like this perfect zombie.
They're not going to be a statue or a robot just being like,
which we definitely don't expect that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
I mean, I've seen dogs like that, but that, to me, it's heartbreaking because I'm like, you took away their spirit, basically. Where
you want them to be
their spirit's gone.
And to be able to, like, it's healthy for them to test limits a little bit. Like, within what confines you kind of, painted for us. Like, that's the goal.
Yeah, like, he should be a dog. He should have fun. He can jump on me. I don't care. As long as just when I tell him to stop, he stops, right? That's all I care about.
Have you been able to do any work with him, like, in the house with stuff going by at all?
He hasn't cared in my house at all. If we're outside in the fence, he'll bark sometimes, like because like you can see the road from one of my fences. So like I'll be out there with him, and sometimes he'll run back and forth and do some barking, right? But at that point, if I just call him, he'll stop and he'll come back to me. And then I'll ask him to sit or something. But like sometimes I let him do it, sometimes I don't. So I just like, because to him it's fun. So like in some cases, if it's in my fence,
if he's outside in the yard, that's sort of how we feel. Like if he's outside in the yard and it's not super disruptive and going on and on and on, but like you saw our front window. So like he's ripped our blinds down. He's punched his head through the window just from like literally like a truck going by or a delivery person. So
Louie, why is that one more exciting? Huh? Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, sometimes it's okay. But backed off, that's fine. And again, that's part of the proofing, right? Like I want it a little less than what I'm seeing right now, but it is like, that's why I wanted to do it today, because it is a little more with you guys than it has been with me. But he's still listening to the correction. So that just tells me like it's fine, I can finish the proofing and I won't have to worry. And it is sticking like with you guys around and stuff, right? The window, I'll keep trying. Again, I haven't really had him do much
it's
like,
interesting,
at the window.
It could just be because it's you and he
associates
you different,
either.
and it's not his house. It's not his house.
So like,
and that's been our kind of, even more so than with the walks, because I feel like the walk is like very structured. We're
Yeah,
fully
it
focused.
feels straightforward.
I'm just worried more about like when he comes home and he's on a work call and something is happening and the dog's going crazy, like he may not be able to correct him right then. Or
and I did say to her too, like I'm willing to at this point, like I have enough like job security where like you know if I need to get up, like it's like your child, like I'm okay to do that. There is going to be some times where maybe I can't, but I think a lot more than I would have said, you know, a year ago.
Right.
and
Like,
maybe
I'm willing
less
to
now.
do that.
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah,
He might care
you know,
less.
if he's getting, my assumption based off like what I know about him is if he's getting regular structured walks and the
think that's gonna
door's
make
a
a
good
huge
set
difference.
and like he's going to, if you take him to parks on a regular basis and like different areas that are more exciting and he's getting that energy out and it's controlled,
he'll be
he
less
probably
excited
won't
about a car
care.
driving by.
Yeah, he's in the house.
100%.
Right?
I agree
That's
with
a
you.
huge piece of it.
Yeah, most of the time it crosses over, which is probably why he hasn't cared so much in my house because we do
He's
this
probably
every
tuckered
day,
out.
right?
And,
So to him, he's like, oh, whatever, man.
Yeah. I'm over it now.
No, it's such a good point because like that's the whole thing is like there were needs that were truly not being met.
Yeah, because we were
So,
worried about him.
When you
getting hit
have
by a
that,
car.
like, well, of course he's going to take every opportunity to try to exercise his mind in the way he knows how, under no supervision. So like, that's sort of what's going to happen.
That's true.
You know, so like,
so when you have these things,
our go home for next week. I'll probably say let's do it at the house, so I can see, like how he is. And we can do a session in the house and around the neighborhood and all that stuff, right? Because then if there's things that we need to adjust, then we'll just pre-schedule a couple things like ahead of time. We'll just say, hey, let's schedule a couple follow-ups right now, before I leave, so that it's already prepped, and then I'll give you guys homework to do. I'll come back a couple times and double check, make sure it's good, right? So we could like plan on that.
100%.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. I wanted to run it by. I just wanted to run it by you. So we have
So next week when you're playing,
I will
back,
be going.
No, that doesn't matter because that's this coming week.
Oh, right.
But the next week we're on vacation, so my mom normally keeps him, and she is one of his like secondary caregivers. So I didn't know if you felt like it would be really important that he comes home and goes right into his normal routine, or like it would be okay for him to go to her house. What you thought? Sorry.
How long will it be between him being home? Is it pretty much right away type thing?
Well,
so we're gonna Tuesday Tuesday the 21st, I think.
Okay.
And we're gonna be back on the following Sunday.
Okay. I don't think it would be a big deal if your mom would be willing to maybe do the go home session with us.
Yeah.
So that I could do everything with her.
I think she
and like
I
show
think
her everything
She would love
and
doing
explain
that.
everything. Yeah.
She's
Absolutely.
extremely
She's
invested.
Okay.
super like legitimate dog person. Has had many dogs.
Okay.
Very patient.
Yeah, if we do that, I don't think it'll be a big deal because then as long
as the training's
it's
being
the same,
reinforced.
Yeah, as long as it's being reinforced in the same. When I see problems is usually like they go home, they go to a random daycare for a week or something.
No, we're not
and then they come back, and then all of a sudden, because it was like, only a few days, the dogs were like confused, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like, okay, it's another person, it's family, you're still in
and
the
like
house.
She's at her house like 1 to 2 days a week every week.
Exactly.
So
and she's the one who takes him,
to
his daycare, watches him overnight. Like he trusts her.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think more than this.
Yeah.
He comes home to us and he's like,
and at that point, she needs to do all this stuff anyway, so that it's all the same.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine. Like,
perfect.
just tell her, we'll just coordinate,
sure.
make sure she's there.
Yeah.
We'll go through everything, make sure it's good. And then, like, if she needed help, she could always call me while you guys are gone. Like, if she had a question or, like, had a problem, I don't care. Like, she could text me or call me, and I could
she
give her
definitely,
advice and
she's
stuff
very,
like that.
she's very good at, like, following directions.
Okay,
I would
good.
say like, she is not a person who
Probably
has
better than us.
like if you have something written out,
Yeah.
she will follow it to a.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes my life a little
Yeah.
easier.
She'll be,
You don't have to worry about her. I
but we'll have
definitely
her come when you drop him, and we can do the work together so that she can see the commands and like what he's been doing.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I think she'll probably be happy to do it.
Yeah, I would say most of the time family is pretty, especially if they're close to the dog.
She's
like,
very close to
they're
him. Yeah.
pretty happy to like be involved and do stuff, you know.
She's had a very hard time with him being. I
Yeah.
mean, we have too, but like
She
she's
cried. She
really
cried.
had a hard time.
Yeah.
She loves.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, he's so good.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
I'm so proud of you.
He's doing great.
So proud of you.
Good boy. Cool.
And it's nice to see like how much he's bonded with you too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it
that
really
makes
is
such a big
nice.
difference. Like
Oh,
with
yeah.
us feeling good about him being away, like that he's okay. He's not.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's been
doing
great
fine.
too to see the videos. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like, you can tell, like, he looks happy, like,
Yeah.
he looks like he's just,
Yeah, I'd say he's not
fulfilled,
stressed,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's,
anything crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that first week.
the whole thing.
Just that first week. Yeah.
Does he sleep in the kennels?
Oh, yeah, he does fine.
Yeah, he does okay.
Yeah, I would say he, you know, like, he never actually had a problem with that.
Okay.
Like, even that first week when he was, like, extra nervous and
Yeah.
stuff, I think he mostly felt like it was a safe spot because, like, I would go in there with him, we would go back and forth, we would do our stuff. It's a big area, too. It's not like
Yeah.
a crate, right? It's like a
Right.
full area.
Full area.
So, like, he had room to move, he had his water, his food,
Yeah.
his cot, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So it was, like, just a little, like, resort spot, basically, right? That's why I try to make it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, he hasn't given any issues with that. He immediately was like, cool, and he just, like,
Sweet,
slept
my
and
own,
did
my own
everything
space.
fine. Yeah.
This is great.
Because we
Yeah.
were debating, like, should we consider getting like a crate for the house or like.
I think he'd be fine. I mean, you know, and it could help with some structure stuff too.
Yeah, I
you
didn't know if maybe
Yeah.
like, for example, if you know you have to be on a call for an hour or two, like that he could have a crate that we put him in. Like I didn't know if it would be necessary.
I
or
think
not,
as long
but-
as the crate's not construed in any way to be like a punishment.
Yeah, no punishment. It's
Yeah.
always fun. It's always
Yeah.
happy. It's always
Yeah.
good, right?
As long as it's
Like,
it's
Yeah.
That's
something
good. He
he's
gets right in your crate in
okay
your
with,
car.
yeah.
Does he bark in the car at all with you?
Not anymore. He
No,
did his first
okay.
little bit. He hasn't. I would say the last 2 weeks. He
Okay, that's
he
good.
hasn't at all that I've
That's
seen.
kind of how it ended up with us too. Like for
Yeah.
the first few months we had him, the car was awful.
Yeah.
Just terrible. But
Yeah.
but honestly, like
Well,
once he got
if
used to
he's in-
rides with,
If he's in the crate and we cover the crate and we give him a bone, he's okay.
well,
But-
no, he wasn't even in the crate. He was just we
but
would
he's
just
covered. Like
Yeah,
he can't
we-
see,
yeah.
he
we
can't
put
see
the
out the
cover-
windows.
The covered on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time he's barked in the last couple weeks was it earlier last week or something? I took that video of us on the trail and I was dropping the leash, letting him go and sniff and do stuff. There was a guy that got really close to my truck, like while I was sitting in it. For
Yeah.
some reason, I don't know why. He just like got really close and like walked by and he barked at him. But I didn't do anything because I was like, well,
he was
I was like, he was startled for one,
Yeah.
and two, he likes me enough now where it's like, hey, why are you getting close to the
Yeah.
Yeah,
dog,
he's like-
right?
he's trying
And
to
like,
warn-
what's happening,
warn us,
you know?
you know?
And he just gave like 2 barks. He was like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then the guy like looked and like walked away, and he just stopped. He was like, whatever.
But you keep him in the crate in the car.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And that's just more of a regulation thing for us.
Yeah.
We're supposed to as trainers, maybe because it's safer. Yeah.
Probably better for
Um,
him, honestly.
Yeah. I would say
He's
yeah.
never gonna be one of those dogs, I think, that like sits in the car with you.
Probably
like,
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's not really his nature.
really
I don't think
necessary
it would be
either.
fair to expect that of him.
No.
You know, like
yeah.
he's not like a golden retriever,
Exactly. Yeah.
like you know, one of those like lazy lab. Like he's just
Yeah.
not. Like
He's
you
just not
can't,
that dog.
You can't expect that.
Yeah. It's good to have just like I said, like
he's a little sassy boy who needs
Yeah.
some direction.
I mean, it's good to just like keep in mind like not every dog's the same, and so like if your friend's dog does something doesn't mean your dog will do the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
we're very aware he's not gonna be like everybody's dog.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
want it any other way. We love him the way he is.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Yeah.
just want it to be safe
Truly.
for him in the house and on
Yeah.
walks and give him a better quality
don't
of
want-
life too, so that we can take him out more and he
Yeah.
can do more.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, you know, these things are really in many ways more about us.
Oh yeah, it usually is a dog.
At the end of the day,
yeah.
Like that's the thing, and so that's really the important.
But once we have the tools, I think he'll do fine.
I think he'll do great. Yeah.
I think we need to get an e-collar.
I would recommend it just because it's a good reinforcer.
Okay.
Right. And like I said, like I haven't used it at all this entire time, but it's nice to have as a seatbelt, right? Where it's like if I need it, I could use it, right?
And it probably will help us maintain calm energy, knowing that like we have level 3 if we really need it. You know, I think that
honestly with tools, right? Like I can teach a dog without tools. Like I've done it, right? Like I've done my dogs without tools before, just because I was like, I want to do this, right? It takes me longer, but the tools are more for the people than the dog, right? I mean, like e-collars, they're useful, but it's honestly more for us as the people, because if I didn't have an e-collar, my level 3 would have to be some type of social pressure that would take a lot of my time to like associate to him, where like, you know, like if I, like one of my dogs, I didn't do any e-collar work, I just did straight, like no tools, right? And it was more to prove I could do it, to be honest, because I was like, I want to make sure like I could prove I can do this, right? So like one of my dogs, I just did nothing but straight like style of like how a dog communicates, right? But that means my level 3 correction is usually like I have to grab their scruff and be like, hey, look at me, right? And it's just firmer, because that's what another dog would do, right? Another dog would grab the scruff.
That was my level 3.
Don't do that.
I would just do like a light pinch on it. You know? I think I don't even know why I did that. I think I saw it in like movies or something. I don't know. I mean, it would work. It would get him to stop, but it wouldn't work for the bigger picture.
Yeah, because because
I'm jumping ahead.
Right. Yeah.
In the process, because I'm being reactive to him.
Yeah, and like say he's in the yard and he's further away. That means I have to get to him.
Yes.
And I have to do it, right? Where like an e-collar, if he's not paying attention and I'm like, hey, here, right? Come on, let's go, right? And the dog's like, like I don't want to do that, right?
Catch me.
That dog specifically, huh? Interesting. Louie. Right, so right there, I'd say, nope, nope. There you go. So that's my nope. Right? Now this is like a level 10 out of 100. So, that is normal. I'm going to let you know. That's not a pain thing.
He does that
that's
streak.
not,
I've heard him do that.
It's not a pain thing. That was an e-collar push. Right there. Because he ignored my For some reason, that dog interested him enough where he went,
I was watching you. I saw you. I saw him just.
And he was like,
he was
right,
getting ready to go.
Yeah. And so when I said my note, I tapped my button. Right. Now, again, I just like to explain. Right. The noise is more. He was irritated. He was like, I want to chase the dog. Right. So I'm gonna I'm gonna vocalize that I want to do that. I'm
kind
gonna
of like
say,
a super whine.
I'm gonna say, I don't want to listen to you. Right. It's like my kid throwing a fit when I say, leave the ice cream alone.
And they go,
right. Good boy. And there, right? He was like, okay, a little calm, right? Because I went to my 3, right? And I went,
I'm glad we got to see it. Actually.
I was hoping we could see it at least once, right? Because again, I haven't had to do that very often because he doesn't care as much about me, right? But I was hoping at least once with you guys around I could see it, right? Because then that tells me like, hey, like it is a little more with you guys, right? But he may vocalize like that with anything, right? I mean, even like pulling on the collar, he could be like, right? It's not aggression, it's not fear,
I've
it's
learned
not pain,
to not
it's just he's irritated.
Too much stock in it. The first few times I heard it was a little jarring. I think the first time it ever happened is I had to pick him up for some reason. Like, and not, I grabbed under his chest, like, very, like, carefully, like, and, he lets me handle him, so I wasn't thinking anything of it, but, like, I had to, like, lift him over something, like, I don't know. And he did that, but it was, like, 10 seconds. And I was like, what?
That's what he does at the vet if anyone tries to do anything to him.
I've gotten used to it.
And it's a manipulation tool. So, like, dogs will do it all the time. Like, my dogs will still try it every once in a while, where they'll go, well, I didn't want to do that, and you just made me do it, so I'm gonna make a noise, because what happens usually is if a person hears a dog go or something, the person goes, oh, I'm so sorry, and they stop, right?
So true.
Because
That's
they
exactly
think
what
they've hurt the dog, right?
Yeah.
In reality, most of the time, right? You know, I have seen people go too far and like cause like stress, too much stress and stuff. But like in most cases, it's the dog going, man, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then if I react and go, oh, I'm so sorry, and let him do it, next time he'll do it again, right? Where if I do it and I don't react and I go, I know you're playing me. I know you're trying to make me not do that. I'm gonna repeat this because so that next time you understand that we call it a prediction error. In his mind, he predicts that I'm gonna react a certain way because maybe 10 people did it that way, right? I didn't react that way, so all of a sudden there's an error in my prediction or his prediction,
does not compute.
and he goes, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Right? And then he goes, well, maybe let's try it again. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Right?
Every time he's probably just less.
Like,
and then it's slowly maybe I could do that. Didn't work the last 3 times, and probably after, you know, the 10th, 11th time,
he's like, man, it didn't work. And he's like, so why do it? Right?
Has he gotten to interact with any other dogs with you yet?
He's a little choosy, I will say that.
That's what they tell us.
That's
what they tell us at daycare. Like at first he could only play with like with certain dogs, and then now he plays with everyone at daycare. But they do say like he's a little bit.
We've noticed at least that he seems to like to play with bigger dogs, and he likes to he almost likes to put himself in a position of like, let me see how much I can rile up this big unflappable dog until I get corrected by them. Like he wants to be corrected by the big dog is kind of win.
And like what I've noticed is a lot of times if the other dog is too much or too in his face, which most little dogs are. He gets very irritated very fast because he's like, I want my space. I want you to leave me alone for a minute, right? And those dogs go, they've never been taught to give space, so they go, well, no, I want to play with you, right? So like I've had a few dogs like approach us that were way too much and like out in public, even though I'm like, hey, could you not do that, right? Some people are like, and they ignore me, you know, and they let the dog come up, and he has growled at a couple. I didn't do anything more than my because he didn't do anything wrong necessarily, right? Because the other dog was in the wrong. He was just communicating.
It was not him going to the dog.
I've just kind of wondered, like, would he be a dog that we could feel comfortable, like, introducing to other dogs, or if our friend wanted to bring a dog over, or should we just not?
I think it would be fine.
Because he does fine at daycare,
like a nice control.
But like you said, it seems like sometimes inconsistent. So.
Yeah,
I think it's a handle with care.
I think it's like what I usually do, even with my dogs, right? Because like my dogs like each other, but they have mitt dogs they don't like, right? They have. I've been
just
in public.
Like people, like you might meet someone you don't really like.
And I'm just like, I don't know why, but for some reason I just don't like being with you, right? Like type thing, you know, like people have that same issue, right? And you know, like dogs, they're even more like that because they're instinct based. They can't process like, oh, maybe I don't like that person because this and this or whatever. They just go, man, I just don't like you, right?
Something about your smell.
Yeah, there's something about the smell. They just don't like it, right? And they're not going to have a conversation. They're just going to go right to leave me alone, right? And so
they only have like 3 different like ways that they can.
They're gonna stand a little stiff first, right? Like that's like first thing they do. They'll stand a little stiff and look at the dog, and that's their warning, like don't come near me, right? The dog gets closer, they'll start like, and then number 3, they're gonna bite them, right? They're gonna bite the dog, right?